Who are the Rothschilds, and how did they amass their wealth? Let's peel back the layers of time and unveil the story of a dynasty whose tale is intertwined with the fabric of global finance. The Rothschilds, a family of Jewish descent, trace their roots back to the Ashkenazi Jewish community that settled in the picturesque Rhine Valley, nestled between France and Germany during the Middle Ages. Their journey took them to Frankfurt, Germany, a city of bustling trade and cultural exchange during the time, providing the perfect backdrop for their eventual rise. But what forged the path for their ascent to prominence? Well, in part, it was due to the cultural roots deeply ingrained within Jewish traditions. Jewish families were known to excel in crafts, trade, and particularly financial lending. This gravitation towards finance may have been a consequence of banking restrictions imposed by the Catholic Church, inadvertently giving Jewish financiers a competitive edge in financial activities. Among these financiers arose a figure of significance, Mayer Amschel Rothschild. Born in 1744, Rothschild was not just a man of his time, he was a man ahead of his time. Specializing in currency exchange and money lending, he cultivated relationships with affluent clients and nobility, laying the foundation for what would become the Rothschild banking dynasty. His 5 sons, each a torchbearer of his father's legacy, expanded the family business across the breadth of Europe. They established branches in major cities like London, Vienna, and Paris, each becoming a nerve center of finance and influence. From financing wars to becoming bankers to royal families, the Rothschilds played a role that was pivotal in shaping the course of history. Their influence was instrumental in the development of international finance, with branches operating on a global scale. Despite the many challenges that the 19th and 20th centuries threw their way, the Rothschild family continues to wield influence in today's financial world. Their exact wealth may be shrouded in mystery due to complex ownership structures, but there's no denying their significant assets managed through banking and investment operations. And so, in the heart of Frankfurt, the stage was set for the rise of a financial dynasty. Enter Mayer Amschel Rothschild, the man who would kickstart a financial revolution. Born in 1744, Mayer Amschel Rothschild was a man of humble origins who would go on to lay the foundation of a banking dynasty that would span continents and centuries. Born into the Ashkenazi Jewish community that had settled in the Rhine Valley, Mayer Amschel Rothschild was raised in Frankfurt, Germany, a bustling city of trade and commerce in the heart of Europe. Here he would come to understand the power of money and the opportunities it presented. Mayer Amschel Rothschild's early years were spent honing his craft in the world of finance, specifically focusing on currency exchange and money lending. This was no ordinary profession. It was a world filled with risk and reward, where fortunes could be made and lost with a single decision. But Mayer Amschel Rothschild was not a man to be swayed by fear. He was a man of vision who saw opportunity where others saw only risk. As he built his business, Mayer Amschel Rothschild began to establish relationships with some of the wealthiest individuals and noble families of his time. These relationships would prove invaluable, providing him with the resources and connections needed to expand his business beyond the borders of Frankfurt. But Mayer Amschel Rothschild's greatest legacy was not his own success, but that of his 5 sons. These 5 men would take their father's lessons to heart, expanding the Rothschild business across the breadth of Europe. They established branches in major cities like London, Vienna, and Paris, turning the Rothschild name into a symbol of wealth and power. The Rothschild brothers, armed with their father's teachings and their own ambition, would come to play a significant role in shaping the financial landscape of Europe. They financed ventures and wars, served as bankers to royal families, and in doing so cemented their place in the annals of financial history. With 5 sons in 5 of Europe's most influential cities, the Rothschild Empire began to take shape. This was the dawn of a new era, the era of the Rothschilds, a family whose influence would reach far beyond the realms of finance and into the very fabric of global history. From humble beginnings, the Rothschilds were about to change the world of finance forever. With Mayer Amschel Rothschild leading the charge, the family began to finance various ventures. But it was not just any venture they financed. Their reach extended to the very corridors of power, funding wars and becoming the go-to bankers for several royal families. You see, the Rothschilds were not afraid to take risks. They saw opportunity where others saw only chaos. When nations were at war, they needed funds to sustain their campaigns. And who better to turn to than the Rothschilds? They financed both sides during the Napoleonic Wars, a strategy that not only guaranteed them a return, but also allowed them to exert influence over the outcome. But their ambitions did not stop at financing wars. The Rothschilds were instrumental in the development of international finance. Their branches spread across Europe's major cities, operated globally. From London to Vienna, from Paris to Naples, the Rothschild name became a beacon of financial prowess. They were pioneers in the field, setting up an efficient courier system that allowed them to receive information before their competitors. This gave them an edge, enabling them to make informed decisions that led to immense profits. In the mid-19th century, they even got involved in large-scale projects like the Suez Canal, further cementing their position as global financial powerhouses. Their influence was such that it is said that the sun never set on the Rothschild empire. It's important to note that the Rothschilds were not just business-minded. They were philanthropists, contributing to causes that were close to their hearts. They supported art, science, and education, leaving an indelible mark not just on the world of finance, but on society as a whole. Thus, the Rothschild name became synonymous with wealth and power, their influence reaching far and wide. They started as a family of humble Jewish moneylenders and rose to become one of the most powerful dynasties in history. Their legacy still very much alive in the world of finance today. Despite the trials of time, the Rothschilds have managed to maintain their position in the world of finance. The 19th and 20th centuries brought about a whirlwind of challenges for the family. From political upheavals to economic downturns, the world was a tumultuous place, yet the Rothschilds navigated these turbulent waters with an unwavering resolve. The family's steadfastness is a testament to their resilience and adaptability. They deftly maneuvered through the shifting sands of time, adapting their strategies and operations to fit the changing landscape. World wars, economic crises, and political revolutions posed significant threats, yet the Rothschilds emerged from these challenges not just unscathed, but often stronger than before. Their influence is not confined to the past. Even today, the Rothschilds continue to be a formidable force in the world of finance. From banking to investments, their operations span the globe, and their decisions affect economies far and wide. However, quantifying the current wealth of the Rothschilds is no easy task. The family's complex ownership structures, coupled with their penchant for privacy, make it difficult to ascertain the true extent of their fortune. Estimates range from billions to trillions, yet without concrete evidence, these figures remain speculative. What we do know, though, is that their wealth is substantial and their influence is undeniable. The Rothschilds are not just wealthy financiers, they are pioneers of international finance. Visionaries who saw beyond borders and limitations. They revolutionized banking, set new standards, and paved the way for the modern financial world. Their story is not just about wealth, but also about resilience, adaptability, and an enduring legacy that has transcended generations. Their influence has permeated the world of finance, and their name has become synonymous with wealth and power. As we delve into the complexities of their legacy, one thing becomes clear: the Rothschilds are much more than a family. They are an institution, a symbol of enduring power and influence in the global financial landscape. The Rothschilds, a name shrouded in mystery and steeped in wealth, continue to be key players in the game of global finance. Their story serves as a testament to their indomitable spirit and an enduring legacy that continues to shape the world we live in. Fast forward to today, what does the Rothschild legacy look like? We find the Rothschilds still an influential force in the world's financial landscape. Despite the passage of time and the changing dynamics of the global economy, the Rothschild name continues to command respect and recognition. While the family's exact wealth is shrouded in layers of complexity and some degree of secrecy, it's known that they manage significant assets through their banking and investment operations. The Rothschild & Co., a multinational investment bank and financial services company headquartered in Paris, is a testament to their ongoing presence in global finance. With branches spread across the world, the Rothschild financial empire remains robust and far-reaching. However, the Rothschilds are not just about banking. Their interests are diverse, extending into real estate, winemaking, mining, farming, and even nonprofit work. They've transformed from a family of bankers into a family of investors, entrepreneurs, philanthropists, and connoisseurs. Despite their vast wealth and influence, the Rothschilds have managed to keep a relatively low profile. They've avoided the limelight, choosing instead to operate behind the scenes. This has often led to speculation and conspiracy theories. But the Rothschilds remain unfazed, focused on their ventures and their legacy. The Rothschilds today are much more than their banking ancestry. They've adapted and evolved, embracing the complexities of the 21st century economy. They've diversified their assets and interests, ensuring their relevance and resilience in an ever-changing world. Their influence continues to be felt across various sectors, from finance to philanthropy. They've shaped policies, funded innovations, and influenced economic trends. They've played a role in shaping our world, whether we realize it or not. So, as we continue to navigate the intricate web of global finance, we find the Rothschilds still at its helm, steering the course with their centuries-old wisdom and experience. They've weathered economic storms, seen empires rise and fall, and yet they stand tall, their legacy intact, their influence undiminished. As we delve into the 21st century, one thing remains clear: the Rothschilds are here to stay, their influence as potent as ever. As